see. Uh-oh.
Welcome back to a very special episode of The Unmuted Man. It is, of course, my birthday today. 3 songs, 3 stories, gonna get straight into it. And the topic today is celebrating the last year, celebrating my 23rd year on this fine earth. And there's 3 songs that I've picked out that I feel have been, particularly pivotal moments of this year, and very excited to share those 3 songs with you. Song 1. Now, this song has become an absolute anthem for me, and I first heard it on the men's retreat that I went on about 6 months ago, and the men's retreat completely changed my life. It gave me a whole new sense of purpose, energy, confidence. The men's retreat has spurred me on to do exactly what I want to do in my life and has made me so grateful for every individual moment. You've got a room of about 25 blokes, and they've just all done a breathwork session, and everyone's sat on the edge of their yoga mats, and we've all got our eyes closed. The facilitator asks everyone to stand up, keeping their eyes closed, and he plays a song. And the song is called Tongo Barra. It's by Viewfark, I think. It's terrible that I don't know that. But yeah, the song is called Tongo Barra, and it's an African song. Starts with a real groovy start to it. And the facilitator invites us to begin to move on these mats very slowly, very minimal movement back and forth, just rocking back and forth, keeping your eyes closed. And the song progresses, and the melody comes in, and it's this real groovy tune. And after we've been rocking a little bit, he invites a bit more movement, a step forward, a step back, maybe extending your arm and then extending your arm back, but keeping your eyes closed. So you know that these 20 other blokes are also looking fucking ridiculous, doing this very minimal movement. And you're doing it in unison with them, but with your eyes closed at this point. And then he invites more movement and asks you to get more elaborate with your movement, still keeping your eyes closed, trusting that everyone else is doing the same, but really feeling the sound of the song. And eventually the facilitator asks everyone to open their eyes and continue moving, and in fact even advance that movement into something more expressive and more elaborate. And just going with it and not worrying about how you're being perceived, just fucking moving and enjoying it and really feeling the music. And this song was the perfect song for that. You almost can't not fucking move to this song. It's just an absolutely beautiful tune, and it just carried us through this, what was an ecstatic dance, something that I hadn't done before, and again would have been incredibly skeptical about before doing it, but it ended up being this really euphoric feeling that I can now hold on to every time I hear this song, and I play this song all the time. It really gets me back in my body and reminds me to not worry about fears of judgment and shame, but to just fucking enjoy myself. I will try my best to emulate how ridiculous I looked during this ecstatic dance, but unfortunately I think that's going to be impossible. But yeah, here's Tongo Barra. Yeah. What a tuna-rooney. 25 blokes, all just looking fucking ridiculous, and not giving a shit about it. Well, actually, I mean, it was really difficult. I'm probably overselling how easy it was to get into that state, because it's hard fucking the shame in dancing sober as well. And this is something that I've had to really overcome over the last year since stopping drinking, is feeling like I can dance, because that was a huge thing for me. Like, the alcohol was my way of freely expressing myself through movement, and taking that away and then asking the question of whether you can fucking two-step is a difficult question to ask. So that was a huge moment of growth for me this year, and I just fucking love that song now, and I use it as a tool to get back into my body. In fact, bit of a spoiler, I actually use it when I'm interviewing guests, and we have that discussion and that story before the episode starts to help us get embodied so that we can have the best conversation possible. So yeah, it's a fantastic song. African music as well, not something typically I would listen to, but it's really raw, authentic. I think that also helps you get into your body more so than your kind of manufactured pop music and other types of music that's made in Western culture. So yeah, it's a fantastic song. That whole album is incredible. Go and check it out. One of my guests brought on Tamala, which is another song from that album. In fact, that guest was the man who facilitated that men's retreat. Life is too bloody short to hold back your movement from fears of judgment and shame. Fucking move, express yourself, look like a tit, don't fucking care. Topical for this week for me and lots of people is seeing the death of the famous footballer, Liverpool football player Diogo Jota, who died in a car crash at 28, and again was completely reaffirmed how life is so fucking short. You know, like, you literally never know if you're going to die tomorrow. I could be dead on this car off journey, and at least I will know that if that happens, I'm living my most expressive self. I haven't held anything back. I want to leave no stone unturned. I want to make sure I'm giving the best shot at changing the world and putting my stamp on it. You know, why not? And I want to encourage other people to do that as well, because the world would be a much fucking better place if people felt like they could be creative. Song 2 is Messy by Lola Young. What a fucking banger. I mean, you don't need context for this one anyway, because it's just an absolute tune. Fairly confident it was number one for a fair bit of time. But this song is particularly special to me because I first heard it the back end of last year at Christmas. In fact, it was the first day of this year, on New Year's Day. On the morning, I was morbidly hungover. In fact, I think it was the last time I had a drink. I'm not sure I've had one this year. But yeah, I was in a horrendous hangover, as I'm sure most people have experienced before. And I was hungover from the night before, which was a New Year's party that I had hosted. So I'd come back from Australia for 4 weeks. The first time I'd been back since travelling over here. I'd managed to plan the trip to perfectly see everyone and have enough time with everyone. It was just the best trip, and this was coming towards the end of it, where I hosted a party at my dad's house with all my family and all my friends there. So basically everyone that I love, all in the same room. And I DJ'd for the first time for them. It was incredible. It was absolutely perfect, and it was the real pinnacle of what was a fantastic trip for me, of going back and it actually being a very vindicating experience, because it made me realise that I am really happy in Australia, and I can have my cake and eat it with both. You know, I can go back and I can love my friends and my family and enjoy my relationships there, and I can stay in touch with them over here, and I can do what I want to do over here, and it was just perfect. But the morning after the New Year's party, you know, naturally, after absolutely smashing drinks since about 3 o'clock that day, I was morbidly hungover. It was absolutely horrible, but it was one of those hangovers where you kind of like enjoying the brain rot because you're with good people, and you can just about get through it. And my stepmom had made pancakes with blueberries and maple syrup and bacon, and it was just fucking divine. And my friend Will, who's just an absolute trooper anyway, and I think he's probably nailed hangovers because he just always seems to fucking make, just, I don't know, he just always seems really comfortable in them, whereas I'm normally this fucking ball of anxiety. He had his Carlsberg blanket wrapped around him. If you don't know what Carlsberg is, it's a beer in the UK, absolute staple of most pubs. Horrendous beer, but incredible merchandise. And yeah, Will had this Carlsberg blanket wrapped around him, in his little cocoon, and he just plonked his fucking portable speaker on the table and played the tune Messy by Lola Young, and I hadn't heard it before. And it starts playing, and he's fucking, belting it. His fucking beautiful voice, absolutely belting this tune, this pretty masculine man belting this Lola Young tune, and really enjoying it. And then suddenly the whole table is joining in. I'm like, what the fuck is this song? It's an absolute bop, but I have never heard this before. And so continues to play, and actually I ended up getting overwhelmed with anxiety, and had to leave the room, because what was happening for me is that the emotion in that moment was so powerful, seeing all these people I love sharing this moment through song and really feeling this song, and you'll know from listening to it that it's an incredibly emotional song. It was just, I've now used that song after coming back to Australia. Whenever I play it, it takes me back to sitting around that table with all the people that I love, sharing blueberry and bacon pancakes and maple syrup on the first day of the year, just holding each other through a morbid hangover, with so much love and gratitude for being able to share that space. It was a formidable evening, and the song is a phenomenal song. So yeah, let's play it.
Outside the station when it was like -4 degrees, and I get what you're saying. I just really don't wanna hear it right now. Can you shut up for like once in your life? Listen to me. I took your nice words of advice about how you think I'm gonna die lucky if I turn 33. Okay, so yeah, I smoke like a chimney. I'm not skinny and I pull a Britney every other week. But cut me some slack. Who do you want me to be? I'm too messy, and then I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job, and you asked where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect till I open my big mouth. I want to be me, is that not allowed? And I'm too clever, and then I'm too fucking dumb. You hate it when I cry, unless it's that time of the month. And I'm too perfect till I show you that I'm not 1,000 people I can be for you when you hate the fucking love.
Oh, it was going so well.
You hate the fucking love. You hate the fucking love.
It's this blue bit on my bloody face.
Hey, hey. It's taking you ages. You still don't get the hint. I'm not asking for pages. One text or two would be nice, and please don't pull those faces. When I'm out working my ass off all day, it's just one bottle of wine on two.
imagine it probably was. Yeah, what a banger. And she's schizophrenic, I believe. There was this TikTok going around that was like 12 things you didn't know about Lola Young. It was the craziest shit. Like, she's lived a very interesting life. And yeah, it's cool to see her succeed with that tune, because she's clearly very talented, and that is just an absolute banger. I really feel that tune. I imagine there's probably a lot more to that song that I probably haven't unpicked as to why I enjoy it so much. Not just the context of where I heard it, but how the lyrics resonate with me as well. I think I had an interesting conversation with my ex-girlfriend about whether that song, she's talking about being in a relationship with someone else or the relationship with herself. Like, I'm too messy and then I'm too fucking clean. Is she saying that to her partner? Is she saying it about herself? I thought that was quite interesting, because if it's an internal dialogue, I resonate with it a lot, actually. It's this like impressionability to go to the opposite sides of things. It's like almost bipolar sensations, and yeah, find that very interesting, and I imagine that also adds that level of emotion to the tune, and hence why I resonate with it more. I can't see a fucking thing. Song 3, we are gonna go with a song called Take It Easy by the Eagles. My most played song this year. This song is the first song on a playlist that my dad made for me when I was moving over to Australia. Growing up, I felt a lot of shame around my music taste. I actually hid it from my dad in particular, and I grew up in a household with a single mum. My dad had left the house when I was about 1 year old, so our relationship was more challenging than your typical father-son relationship. We now have an incredible relationship, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. But it took a long time for us to break down barriers of awkwardness and shame, and me worrying that he was going to judge me in some way or not love me, basically. And one thing that has always been particularly special to my dad is music. He's a musician. He played in bands around he played in a band that toured the UK and a bit of Europe as well. He's incredibly talented, and he loves rock and roll. He's got an amazing music taste, but it misaligned completely with what I enjoyed growing up. I used to like Drake and R&B and hip hop because my sister used to wake me up to these tunes as a kid. My alarm was fucking Too Good by Drake for years, basically, because it was my sister's alarm. It took a while for me to really open up my music taste to my dad and for him to understand what I like. And obviously that matured over time and actually became more aligned with what he liked as I matured. But he took me to my first ever gig, AC/DC, and I didn't like AC/DC. But I was hiding that from him because I was so scared that for some reason he would love me less if we weren't confluent with our music tastes. And it was difficult, and there was a lot of shame around my music, and I think that also then transpired into my relationships elsewhere. And like whenever I was on the aux or anything like that, I'd feel this huge like level of fear of judgment. It was hard growing up feeling like my music was special because it was special to me. It like had to be special for others as well. Over the years, in my 20s, he started to really understand what kind of tunes I liked, and he made me a playlist which is kind of like writing a letter to your son from him. Like that was his way of expressing his love and his gratitude for me. And this playlist had about 12 songs on it, and the first song on the playlist was Take It Easy by the Eagles. And the first time I played it, I was sat staring out the window about to take off for my flight to Australia. I put my noise cancelling headphones on. If you don't have a pair of those, fucking get some. And I hit play on my phone, and the song started playing, and I just burst out in tears. And there's several reasons for that. But essentially the song tells my story. It's this idea of feeling like I need to be somewhere and be someone, and actually what would be so great is if I could just take it easy and just exist and accept myself, essentially. and that there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but the journey is so beautiful. And I bawled my eyes out. There was an Australian couple sat next to me looking at me like I was a right weirdo. And since that moment, this song has just been an anthem for me, to the extent where it's my most played song now. So I encourage you to listen to the lyrics of this one and see whether you can understand how it maybe potentially tells my story, and why it resonates with me so much. But yeah, just enjoy the tune. It's a fucking banger if you haven't heard it before. And yeah, I'm excited to share it with you. Here is Take It Easy by the Eagles.
Well, I've been running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. For the one to hold me to, the one who showed me once, and she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy. Woo! Well, I'm standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. It's such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I've gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose and we may win, but we will never be here again. So open up by climbing in. So take it easy. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I've gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me.
This year has been absolutely monumental. I am just full of gratitude for the man that I am becoming and the identity that I have managed to let go of. This bloke who was scared of how he's going to be judged and shamed and stopping me from fucking, just expressing myself and changing the fucking world. You know, life is so fucking short. It's crazy. So smell the fucking roses, enjoy every moment, or just take it all in, you know, and take it easy. And use music as a tool to do that. Use music as a tool to build an awareness about yourself, to feel the feels, because it's the best for that. It's the best tool for getting into your body and learning about yourself and learning about your relationships, learning about what you love, learning about what makes you sad, just learning who you are as a human being. So use it. I encourage you to do this exercise. Pick your 3 favourite songs. Think, why are they my favourite songs? What is it about those songs? Is it the time when I heard it? Is it the lyrics that resonate with me, that I way out of my awareness? You know, there's so many different facets to music that we don't consciously think about. We just think, I enjoy this tune, it sounds good. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. I'm now heading off to a party with people who, all of whom I've met in the last 6 months, 20, 30 people, and they are all just bundles of joy and love. And I'm so excited to fucking dance with them and just celebrate. If you did enjoy this episode, please like, please subscribe, and yeah, I will see you for the next one. Peace and love. See you later.